dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:30 on October 8th. I'm Madison Pergram.
And I'm Will Puckett on this Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning.
So we've been saying it all morning. It's chillier, but we were asking for it. We kept saying right here.
Yes, we did. And they finally delivered.
Well, let's go to meteorologist Kelly McShane. Kelly, are we going to see this throughout the week and into the weekend?
Well, we're going to see those below average temperatures today. We might creep up a little bit above average, but it's going to be feeling much more like fall here in the mountains over the next several days. As far as this morning, to get you out the door, you probably don't need the rain gear, just a few stray showers, especially near the West Virginia or Virginia border. But otherwise, we're just seeing a little bit of clouds left over from that cold front continuing to move through. But overall, we are going to start to dry out, and those temperatures, they are cooling down significantly. We are in the 50s this morning, low 50s for a lot of us, even upper 40s into Moorhead, Lexington at 45. So definitely a chilly start for some. Be sure to grab a jacket as you head out the door this morning. Those temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than what we woke up to yesterday. So it is definitely on the chillier side this morning, thanks to northeast winds on the backside of that cold front. I will let you know exactly what you can expect for the rest of this week and heading into this weekend here in just a little bit, guys.
Alrighty, Kelly, thank you. Well, we are seeing the first significant rain since late August, and a few counties have lifted burn bans. But how much has the forest fire threat diminished?
WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke with officials in Pikeville to learn more.
After a dry spell,
I'm happy to see the rain.
People across the region are finally seeing a little precipitation.
We're getting 1 day's worth of rain.
But the Pikeville Fire Department is warning against too much excitement.
It's going to take several days worth of rain for that ground to soak up in that moisture.
Battalion Chief Mitch Case says people may see the rain as a sign that burning is safe.
Things can still be extremely dry, even after 1 day.
He says many fires in the region happen because of the wind carrying off embers from burn piles.
The human factor kicks in, and we want to get rid of those leaves.
And a little rain does not contribute enough to offset the drought.
Literally, it's just fuel ready to ignite.
Though he doesn't want to rain on anyone's parade.
If it continues to rain, then that's wonderful for us as the fire department and wildfires or brush fires.
He says even if a county lifts a burn ban, it is still illegal to burn between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. near the woods or brush. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Kay says the department has helped with a handful of forest fires this season, and he is glad to see the area getting even a little rain. The fall forest fire season continues through December 15th.
Well, Lee County Schools mourned the death of one of their juniors yesterday morning. 16-year-old Fisher Barton died this past weekend, and friends and teachers at school decorated themselves in the school with blue and yellow ribbons, the colors of the FFA club. Fisher's teachers said they are determined to keep his legacy and drive for the program going.
Our FFA t-shirt this year, the quote the officers chose was, "I will never put my name on something that does not have the best of me in it." And he embodied that. He gave his all no matter what it was.
Fisher's funeral visitation is this evening at Cox & Sons Funeral Home in Jellicoe, Tennessee, and his funeral will be tomorrow afternoon at 2.
Well, one person died and another was seriously injured in a crash on the Hal Rogers Parkway yesterday.
It all happened around 9 on Monday morning near the Perry-Leslie County line when police say a car crossed the center line and hit a box truck.
WYMT's Katie Cook has more.
It's the first day of rain Perry County has seen in over a month. And those gloomy rain clouds hovered over flashing emergency lights and a long line of traffic.
At this time, we do believe that weather and road conditions played a contributing factor to the collision.
The crash involving 3 people.
2 of which were injured. They were removed and taken to Hazard ARH.
And 1 later pronounced dead at the hospital. One man approached the crash just minutes after it happened.
People standing there looking like you could tell it was bad.
Jackson saying the scene was just too quiet. He knew something was wrong.
You can usually tell by the people and what they're doing, and if they're hustling around, they're trying to help somebody, but if they're standing there, it's usually bad.
Traffic on the parkway was at a standstill for nearly 2 hours while officials cleared the scene.
I just looked at the clock a minute ago. I've been sitting right here for an hour and 15 minutes.
In Perry County, Katie Cook, WYMT Mountain News.
The Perry County coroner identified the man as 55-year-old Deborah Whitehead. He was an employee for the city of Hyden for 31 years. And officials say the driver of the box truck was not injured. The Hal Rogers Parkway has since reopened.
In West Virginia, one Wayne County community is mourning the loss of a mother who was killed in a car crash yesterday. Neighbors say as the mother, Tasha Justice, was pulling out of her driveway on Route 52 in Glen Hayes, she was T-boned by another car. The sheriff's office says 2 children were in the car with Justice. Neither of them suffered life-threatening injuries. Deputies say no one witnessed the accident. The man driving the other vehicle was taken to the hospital.
And more than 1 year after a teen's death was reported as a suicide, a man is facing criminal charges in connection with the incident. Parker Weekly died at a home shooting in Huntington in May of 2018. He was 19 years old. After police presented the findings of their investigation to a grand jury, the suspicion of suicide gave way to criminal charges against Jacob Moore. Parker's mother, Alicia, says the incident is confirmation of what she felt she already knew.
And I think I had the hardest time with is how it was reported at the time. I just knew as a mom, you know what I mean? I was like, no way. There's absolutely no way. And that gut feeling that you have that there's no way he would ever do that, ever.
Moore is charged with wanton endangerment and involuntary manslaughter and is scheduled to be in arraignment in Cable County on Friday.
In McCracken County, a man is accused of killing a woman with an RV. Paducah police arrested James Van Vactor Sunday. Police say surveillance video shows him arguing with the victim. She then sits down behind the RV and Van Vactor backs over her. Police say he stayed in the RV and did not call for help. Someone saw the victim's body and reported it to police hours later. He is charged with murder.
A Pulaski County man is behind bars after police say he assaulted his wife and a child. Deputies say they were called to the scene in Ferguson Sunday morning around noon. They found the 2 victims at a home on Brandon Street. The victim told police this man, 37-year-old Marvin Valesky, had assaulted them before leaving the scene in a car. State troopers found him in that car 2 hours later and charged him with assault, domestic violence, child abuse, and other charges.
One man is behind bars charged with alcohol intoxication and endangering the welfare of a minor. An arrest citation says Bradley Askvig passed out behind the wheel in the South Laurel Middle School parking lot in Laurel County. His 4-year-old son was roaming the parking lot unattended. Police say when they found Askvig, he was under the influence of alcohol. Askvig says that's not the case.
The arresting officer said they smelled alcohol. What's your response to that?
It was probably just some spilled in my vehicle somewhere because I have drank before and I've had alcohol spill in my vehicle from other people that were drinking.
Social services were called. We do not know when he will be in court. Askvig's bond is set at $2,500.
Well, one man in Central Kentucky is behind bars after police say he stabbed someone with a pitchfork. Scott County authorities say that disputes over property lines escalated, leading to the arrest of 69-year-old Alan Covington. He was charged with second-degree assault after deputies say he stabbed the victim in the leg with a pitchfork. The victim's identity was not released, but he is expected to survive the injury.
In Bell County, police needs your help finding a man indicted for assault. Officials tell us this is an old booking photo of Christopher Collette. In July, a grand jury indicted him for first-degree assault. They say he beat a man with poles, causing serious injuries, including head trauma. The indictment suggests the victim also lost sight in his left eye. Collette failed to appear in court on Monday morning. A warrant was issued for his arrest.
And we now know when a Floyd County man will learn his punishment for killing a man. Scotty Gibson pleaded guilty last week to an amended second-degree manslaughter charge. He initially faced a charge for murder. Last year, he punched another inmate while at the Floyd County Detention Center, killing the man. Prosecutors recommended a 10-year sentence. Sentencing for Gibson is scheduled for November 14th.
As the cold front continues to push through the region, we're just seeing a few leftover sprinkles throughout near the Virginia and West Virginia borders. But overall, we're just seeing mostly cloudy skies, especially towards the Virginia border. I think folks towards Moorhead are finally starting to see those clear skies this morning. And over towards Interstate 64 in Moorhead, we're going to start to see those clear skies once the sun does rise. But overall, that's what we're looking at this morning. And as far as temperatures go, we are starting off definitely on the chilly side. You're going to want a jacket, a sweater, vest, flannel, whatever keeps you warm in the morning, because those temperatures, we are in the 50s as we start off our day. And I'll let you know what to expect later on this afternoon here in just a little bit, guys.
All righty, Kelly, thank you, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning.
Coming up, the U.S. Supreme Court started this week and is set to hear cases involving hot-button topics like abortion, immigration, the Second Amendment, and LGBTQ rights.
And a key witness in an officer-involved murder case is dead less than a week after her sentencing, and the killer is still on the run.